Hi, my name is Jazzy. I love movies, and for now, that's my intro. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Happiest Season, which was recently released on Hulu.
The people that made my favorite person. I'll always take December away over summer.
I mean, you and Harper have a perfect relationship.
She is my person, and I really want everyone to know that. I want to marry her. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm finally going to meet everyone.
There's something that we should talk about.
Hi.
I didn't tell my parents I'm gay.
So who do they think I am?
This is Harper's orphan friend, Abby.
Yes, of course. They're
The film stars Kristen Stewart and Mackenzie Davis as a lesbian couple who are visiting Harper's family for Christmas. Abby thinks this trip is the perfect opportunity to propose to her girlfriend. Unfortunately, Harper hasn't come out to her family yet. So naturally, hilarity ensues, if you find tense, dysfunctional family gatherings hilarious, which I do when it's not my own family. So the basic premise of the film is pretty much Abby and Harper keeping up the charade that they're just simply roommates and not letting the family find out that Harper's gay. So naturally there's a lot of awkwardness to the situation, and Kristen Stewart plays awkwardness very well. And it leads to a lot of funny moments, pretty much from Abby trying really hard to appear straight herself so they don't suspect anything.
Are you the ex-boyfriend?
Yes, I am John, Abby's heterosexual ex-boyfriend, and I have come to get her back.
I see.
So Mackenzie Davis's character Harper has been pretty polarizing to a lot of people, at least from what I've read on Twitter, and I can definitely see why, although I do think she plays her character very well. I buy her chemistry with Kristen Stewart, and I believe her struggle between wanting to tell the truth about herself and her fear that her family won't accept her. And while I understand Harper not wanting to come out to her family, some of her other actions in the movie are a little less understandable. She invited Abby home for Christmas, but she didn't tell her that her family wasn't aware of her sexuality and that she wasn't planning on telling them until after the holidays. There's also a moment where she chooses to spend time with her friends and ex-boyfriend, even though her girlfriend is clearly having a hard time with the situation she put her in. So I can definitely see why so many people have a hard time believing she's a good match for Abby. However, there is a scene where Harper explains how torn she is between her love for Abby and her family. She's afraid whether she decides to come out or stay in the closet, she's going to end up losing one or the other. And the idea of losing either one is terrifying to her. While her fear doesn't excuse her actions, it does explain some of them, and I do empathize with her in this scene. So in the cast we have Victor Garber and Mary Steenburgen as Harper's image-obsessed parents. We also have Alison Brie as Harper's older competitive sister Sloane, and Mary Holland as Jane, her other sister, who may or may not be the middle child. Guessing by the way she's treated in the movie, I'm gonna guess she's a middle child.
At this instant!
Come on, guys, just hug it out.
Shut up, Jane!
Don't do this.
We also have Daniel Levy as Abby's best friend John, and Aubrey Plaza as Harper's ex-girlfriend Riley. I also wanted to mention Burl Mosley as Alison Brie's husband Eric, who I recognized from the short film Groundhog's Day for a Black Man, which is hilarious, and I think you should check it out. It's on YouTube. It's topical, and it's both topical and funny. He's not given a lot to do in this movie, but I think for what he is given, he does a great job as a straight man. While it does have your typical archetypes for a holiday movie, it does take time to flesh out most of its characters. Daniel Levy could have easily been just the gay best friend there to make snarky comments along the way. And while he does, because it's Daniel Levy, it's what he does. He also has one of the most effective scenes in the movie when he talks about his own experience coming out and how not every queer person is accepted by their family when they do. The scene shows why this story is relevant and important to tell. The scene also allows him to feel like a fully realized character. Another character that's also fleshed out is Mary Holland's, is Jane, the possible middle sister. While a lot of her family's treatment is played for laughs, there is a moment where she gets to tell her family how she really feels. And I was proud of her. I'm glad she stood up for herself. And I think the movie did a good job of having us both. A lot of it was probably in the performance, but they did do a good job of making her sympathetic, but also funny. Aubrey Plaza is, of course, amazing in this. In fact, her character ended up pretty much causing a lot of the discourse on Twitter. Abby and Harper end up spending a lot of time together, and they bond over their troubles of dating Harper. Riley ends up becoming a supportive figure for Abby. It's clear she doesn't hold a torch for Harper, but she's still hurt by the way Harper acted in their relationship, which is why she's drawn to Abby. And they have a lot of chemistry in their scenes together, which is interesting to note that both Aubrey Plaza and Kristen Stewart are both openly bisexual, so maybe that had something to do with it. I do like how the movie is very ambiguous on whether or not she's interested in Abby romantically. It's very obvious that she's drawn to Abby because she sympathizes with their situation, seeing as she was in a similar position as her. But it's left ambiguous on whether or not she's actually attracted to her. Well, let's face it, she probably was attracted to her because it's Kristen Stewart, but it's not really clear if she was trying to pursue her romantically. Possible, although I kind of doubt it, just because because that would kind of make it feel like she had ulterior motives, and I don't think that was the intent. I can definitely see why a lot of people on Twitter think that she's a better match for Abby than Harper, but I don't think that makes sense for the story to go that way. I personally hope this means we might one day get a movie where Kristen Stewart and Aubrey Plaza play a couple, but we'll see. I'm glad we have a holiday movie that focuses on a gay couple, but I do hope we get more movies like this that also focus on gay people of color. I know this tends to be the norm with holiday movies since they often focus on white families, and while the family does have Earl Mosley's character who is black and the kids who are mixed race, they don't really have too much characterization and screen time. Queer people of color do exist, and it would be nice to see more representation. So, I think it's an important movie, and it's caused a lot of discussion because you either love it or you hate it. And I think ultimately, the more queer movies that come out, the better. I would say the main goal of any holiday movie is pretty much to make your audience feel warm and fuzzy. I do think this movie achieves that, although it puts you through the emotional ringer. It's not the first Christmas movie to do that. I mean, It's a Wonderful Life pretty much kicks the crap out of you and then gives you that warm and fuzzy ending. Overall, I do recommend this movie. I think it's important. I can honestly see it becoming a Christmas classic in the future. If you've seen Happiest Season, please let me know what you think. Also, please feel free to comment below on your favorite holiday movie. I would love to hear what you think is a good holiday classic. Also, be sure to recommend any movies that you would like me to review. And please feel free to subscribe if you're interested in hearing my opinions on movies, both old and new. And just let me know if you have any suggestions for this channel in general.